Hello, welcome to LK Tuition. My name's Lucas and today we're going to be looking at gradients of straight line graphs. Hope you're well and let's get cracking. Okay, so first of all, what is the gradient of a straight line? Well, the gradient of a straight line is just a number that describes the slope of the line, so it tells you how steep the straight line is. If the gradient is a positive number, then the line will be going upwards, and the higher the number, the steeper the slope will be. If the gradient is a negative number, then the line will be going downwards. And again, the lower the number, so the more negative the number, the steeper the slope will be. If you have a gradient of 0, then that means that the line will be flat. Okay. So just remember that every straight line can be written in the form of y equals mx plus c, where m is the gradient and c is the y-intercept. Now a way of finding the gradient is this. So you just pick 2 points on the line, pick 2 nice points, they can be any 2 points you want, and then the gradient can be described as the change in y divided by the change in x. So from those 2 points, how far has it moved up? That goes on the top. And how far has it moved across? That goes on the bottom. And we'll be doing loads of examples of this. Okay, so we've got the line L drawn on the grid below, and we just want to find the gradient of the line. So again, let's just start off by picking 2 points. Now let's pick some nice ones. So I'm looking for ones that are on the kind of the corners. So that one looks good to me. That kind of hits that corner bit there, and that looks good to me as well. Okay, but any 2 lines should work. Okay, so let's just draw a little bit of a triangle. Now, what's the change in y? I'm going from -1 to 2. So the change in y is going to be 3. So that's 3. And the change in x is just 1, isn't it? So the gradient is going to be the change in y, which is 3, over the change in x, which is 1. And 3 divided by 1 is just 3. So the gradient of the line L is 3. Let's do another one. So here we've got another line. Again, we'll pick 2 convenient points. So let's pick that one there. That hits that corner point there. And that hits that point there. Okay, so again, we'll draw a little triangle just to help us visualize what we're doing. So what's the change in y? Well, this time it's gone down 3, so it's not 3, it's -3 because it's going down. And x, the change in x, again, it's just moved across 1, so it's 1. So here, the gradient is change in y, which is -3, over change in x, which is 1, and -3 over 1 is -3. Okay, great. Let's have a look at another one. So here we've got another line L drawn on the grid, and let's find its gradient. So again, let's find 2 convenient points. How about this one? And how about this one? So we'll join these 2 up. Yeah, like that, just do it a bit thicker. Now what's the change in y this time? Well, it's only gone up 1, hasn't it? So that's 1. And what's the change in x? Well, it's gone across 2. So this m, the gradient of this, is going to be change in y, which is 1, over change in x, which is 2. So the gradient is 1/2. Okay, so finally we're just going to look at some questions where they just give you a pair of points and want to know the gradient of the line that passes through them. So feel free to pause the video and have a go at these yourself, otherwise we shall do them together. Okay, so number 1, we want to find the gradient of the line that passes through the points 2, 4 and 5, 10. Okay, well m is just going to be change in y over change in x. Well, if we look at y, it's going from 4 to 10. So the change in y is 6. And the change in x, it's going from 2 to 5. So it's going up 3. So the gradient is going to be 6 over 3, and 6 divided by 3 is 2. So the gradient of that one is 2. Next one then, we want the gradient of the line that passes through the points -3, 4 and 5, 8. Well, m is going to be, so the change in y, it's gone from 4 to 8, so that has gone up 4. And the change in x, it's gone from -3 to 5, Well, it takes 3 to get back to the origin, and then another 5, so that's going to be 8 altogether. And 4 over 8 simplifies to a half. And finally then, find the gradient of the line that passes through the point 3311 and the origin. Okay, so the origin is 0, 0, yeah, so it's the centre of the graph. And so let's have a little look at this. So the change in y, well, it's gone from 11 to 0. So the change in y is minus 11. And the change in x is 33 to 0. So that has changed minus 33. Now minus 11 divided by minus 33, well, those minuses are going to make a plus, and 11 over 33 will simplify to a third. Okay, so that is the gradient of a straight line. Hope you found it useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon for some more maths videos.